If you've ever pre-sliced apples to prepare a snack or to serve guests at a party, chances are you've been disappointed at least once by this. Just a few minutes later, the apple slices turn brown, dry out, look less appealing, and no longer taste as fresh as when they were first cut. This seemingly simple snack can sometimes leave us puzzled. How do you keep apples fresh, crisp, and white without using preservatives? The interesting thing is, today I'm going to share with you 3 incredibly simple tricks. Anyone can do them at home, and they only take a few seconds, but the results are surprising. They keep your apples fresh and delicious for hours without changing color. Let's get started. First, clean the apples by preparing a bowl of clean water. Add 1 tablespoon of baking soda and stir well until it's fully dissolved. Place the whole apples in the water and let them soak for about 7 to 10 minutes. This helps remove dirt and any pesticide residue left on the skin. After soaking, take the apples out and rinse them under clean water 1 to 2 times to make sure all the baking soda and remaining impurities are washed away. Then, place the apples in a strainer and let them drain completely. Next, prepare a large bowl of clean water. Squeeze in 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice and stir well. Lemons are rich in citric acid and vitamin C. Both are strong antioxidants that help slow down browning after the apples are cut. Now, get a clean cutting board and a sharp knife ready. Cut the apples into thin slices or small bite-sized pieces, depending on how you plan to use them, whether it's for snacking, making a dessert, tossing into a salad, or using in other recipes. Be sure to use a clean cutting board and knife when slicing apples, since these tools come into direct contact with the fruit. If the knife or board has leftover food on it or shows signs of rust or oxidation, it can cause the apples to brown more quickly after cutting. Right after slicing the apples, place each slice into the bowl of lemon water you prepared earlier. The quicker you do this, the better it helps limit the apple's exposure to air, which is what causes browning. Let the apple slices soak in the lemon water for about 3 to 5 minutes. The acid in the lemon forms a protective barrier on the surface of the apples, preventing the enzymes from reacting with oxygen in the air. However, avoid soaking them for too long, as that could make the apples taste sour and take away from their natural sweetness. Once the soaking time is up, gently lift the slices out and place them in a strainer or on a clean paper towel to drain before serving or storing. Finally, you can either arrange the apple slices on a plate to enjoy right away, or place the drained apples into an airtight food container or a zip-top bag. Then, store them in the refrigerator. With this method, the apples will stay fresh, keep their nice color, and avoid browning for about 1 to 2 days. If you don't have any lemons in the kitchen, you can absolutely use another common ingredient to keep your apples from turning brown, and that's salt. First, prepare a large bowl and pour in about 1 liter, roughly 4 cups, of clean water. Then, add 1 tablespoon of salt and stir until it's fully dissolved. Next, gently place the sliced apples into the bowl, making sure they're fully submerged so every piece gets treated evenly. Let the apples soak in the salt water for about 5 minutes. This helps slow down oxidation, which keeps the apples from turning brown after being cut while still maintaining their crisp texture and natural sweetness. Once the soaking time is up, lift the apples out of the water. At this point, you can arrange them on a plate and enjoy them right away. The apples will stay crisp, look bright, and have an appealing, fresh appearance. This third method is a fun one. Start by preparing a bowl of clean water, just like in the previous tips. Add 2 tablespoons of honey and stir well until the honey is fully dissolved. Then, place the sliced apples into the bowl, making sure they're completely submerged so every piece is evenly coated with the honey solution. Soak the apples for about 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Honey has natural antioxidant properties that help slow down the browning process after apples are peeled and sliced. As a result, the apples will keep their bright color, crisp texture, and light, natural sweetness. Compared to salt water or lemon water, honey water gives the apples a more pleasant aroma and doesn't alter the flavor as much. Once the soaking is done, remove the apples and let them drain. You can then arrange them on a plate and serve them right away. The result? Crisp, delicious apple slices with a beautiful bright color that look absolutely inviting. This is a super handy trick if you want to prep apples in advance while still keeping them fresh, especially when serving guests, packing snacks, or preparing a light meal to go. Try this method now to keep your apples fresh and delicious. Now, let me share a quick tip to help you pick fresh, crisp, juicy apples just by looking at them for a few seconds. The first thing to check when choosing apples is their color. If you look closely, you'll notice that apples come in a variety of colors at the store. Some are yellow, some are pale white, and some are bright, eye-catching red. Apples that are yellow or pale in color usually grew in shaded areas under the tree's leaves, which means they didn't get enough sunlight. As a result, their color isn't as vibrant and they often taste more sour. These are the apples you'll want to avoid. On the other hand, apples that are a mix of rosy red and golden yellow are the ideal choice. That's a sign the apple ripened naturally in the sun and hasn't been overly altered. You might notice that only one side of the apple is red. That's perfectly normal, since apples usually face the sun on just one side while growing. However, if you come across apples that are deep red all over with an unusually even color, be cautious. They may have been treated with artificial coloring agents to make them look more appealing. Apples like that are often less tasty and may not be safe to eat. So, your best bet is to choose apples with a natural blush of rosy red, mixed with a little golden yellow. That's a good sign they're ripe, sweet, crisp, and safe for your health. And don't forget to try the methods I just shared for keeping sliced apples from turning brown. How do you usually store your sliced apples? We'd love to hear your tips. Feel free to share them with us in the comments below. We read every comment and are always eager to learn new and creative ideas from you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our other useful tips. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.